So you're spending a ton of money on digital ads, right? You just assume they're being seen by the right people in all the right places. But what if they aren't? Today, we're diving into the super critical world of ad verification, and we're going to show you how to finally see your campaigns exactly as your customers do.
Let's just kick things off with a number that should make you sit up and pay attention. $172 billion. That is the projected global cost of digital ad fraud by 2028. We're not talking about a rounding error in your marketing budget here. This is a gigantic industry-wide problem that just vacuums money right out of legitimate campaigns.
So, what exactly is ad fraud? Well, it's not some kind of mistake. It is a deliberate, calculated scheme to generate fake online activity. We're talking fake clicks, fake views, all designed to steal money from advertisers for engagement that, never actually happened. This doesn't just torture budget, it completely destroys the trust you have in your own data.
Okay, so to protect your campaigns, you've first got to understand the enemy. Let's break down the most common tactics that fraudsters are using right now to drain your ad spend.
The playbook for ad fraud is pretty varied. You've got click fraud, which is basically bots or scripts just endlessly clicking on your pay-per-click ads. Then there's impression fraud, which artificially jacks up the number of times an ad was supposedly seen. Domain spoofing makes a really garbage site look like a premium one. And really, at the heart of it all is bot traffic, just armies of automated programs trying to mimic human behavior. And check this out. This is a super clever tactic called ad stuffing. Fraudsters will load up a web page with dozens of your ads, but they hide them in these invisible frames, each one just a single pixel in size. You can't see them, nobody can, but the ad server counts every single one as a valid impression. So you end up paying for ads that no human being could ever see. All right, the problem is obvious. It's a huge mess, so how do you possibly solve it? This brings us to a really crucial tool in the fight against ad fraud. The solution is something called a proxy server. The easiest way to think about it is like a middleman. Instead of your computer connecting straight to a website, your request first goes to the proxy, and then the proxy connects to the website for you. And here's the crucial part. The website only sees the proxy's IP address, not yours. So look at the difference here. On the left, that's a direct connection. All your activity is tied to one IP address, super easy to track. But on the right, a proxy reroutes your request. The website sees the proxy's IP, not yours. And suddenly, you look like a totally different user from a completely new location. This is what gives you that clean, objective view you need. Now, not all proxies are created equal. For ad verification, the absolute gold standard is what we call residential proxies. These use real IP addresses assigned by internet service providers to actual homes. So to any website, a request coming from a residential proxy just looks like a normal person browsing the internet. That makes them almost impossible to detect or block. So we have the right tool for the job. Now let's see how you actually put it into practice to start verifying ads and protecting that budget. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. The whole point of ad verification is to get true visibility. Without it, you're basically flying blind, trusting reports that could be totally made up. Proxies give you that on-the-ground, real-world view. Once you have proxies, you can unlock some really powerful verification techniques. You can audit traffic to see if a publisher's claims are legit. You can bypass cloaking, that's where fraudsters show one site to you and a fraudulent one to users. And you can run automated checks at a huge scale to validate ad placement and viewability across your entire campaign. So let's walk through it step by step. First, you launch your campaign. Then, your verification tool sends a request through a proxy server that's set to, let's say, Berlin. That proxy visits the web page just like a German user would, and your script snaps a picture of the page. Finally, you compare that real-world evidence to your media plan. Is the ad there? Is it the right ad? Is it even visible? Now you know for sure. And that last part about checking from Berlin, that brings us to what is maybe the most critical part of modern ad verification: seeing your ads from all over the world. You see, most major campaigns use what's called geo-targeting, serving specific ads to users in specific places. You might have one ad for your customers in London and a totally different one for customers in Tokyo. It's a really powerful marketing tool, but it creates a massive verification challenge. So why does this matter so much? Well, by using proxies to check from different locations, you can confirm your geo-targeted ads are actually running in the right countries.
You can get onto websites that might be blocked in your region. You can test how your ads look on local networks. And you can uncover fraud that might only be happening in one specific area.
And the scale we're talking about here is just incredible. Modern residential proxy networks give you access to IP addresses in over 140 countries. This means you can spot check your global campaign from pretty much anywhere, making sure your message is being delivered exactly as you intended, whether that's in Sydney or São Paulo. All right, let's bring this all together and talk about the real-world impact, what this means for your bottom line. The benefits are crystal clear. You stop wasting money on fake traffic, period. You protect your brand by making sure your ads don't show up on weird or inappropriate websites. You get clean, accurate data you can actually trust to make smart decisions. And all of this, of course, leads to a much higher return on investment for your campaigns. This final quote really just drives home the urgency of all of this. See, ad fraud isn't some static problem. It's always changing, always evolving. As marketers, as media buyers, the responsibility to protect our campaign investments has never been more critical. Proactive verification, it's not optional anymore. It's absolutely essential. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Your analytics dashboard might be lit up with impressive numbers, showing all these clicks and impressions. But without verification, how can you be certain that behind those numbers are actual people and not just an army of bots? It really is time to start seeing your ads through your customers' eyes.